So, because this is what you were made to be, and this is who you were made to be, and this is how you were made, whenever you are not functioning in that likeness, then you are malfunctioning. If you feel like you're not worth holding on to and when you're not worth it, you are malfunctioning. Hello and welcome back. And if you're new in this space, I am Elishe and I love it here. I love it in my mind, I love it in my heart, and I love it in this space. And everything in the whole wide world coincides for the good for me and for you. So I don't preach. I don't preach. I always feel like I have to put that disclaimer out there. I am on a journey. I'm in a journey of healing my mind. I'm on a journey of renewing my thought pattern. I'm on a journey of aligning myself with my purpose. And most of that journey, not even most, like the entire journey has been faith-based, and it has been entirely based on the fact that I'm trying to identify myself with who God says I am. And lately, I think that one of the things that I am experiencing, or one of the most beautiful things that I'm experiencing in this journey, is learning and becoming familiar with the way in which God chooses to communicate with me. Because I feel like it's so easy for us to feel as though God is quiet, or God is not hearing us, or God is not there, when in fact, like, He always is there, He always is hearing us, and He's not quiet. And I think for me, it's been beautiful to see how God chooses to communicate with me. And I feel like allowing a space for me to be sensitive enough to be able to hear Him whenever He is. Not all the time, but like most times. So the way in which God has been choosing to communicate with me lately is by a way of thought. Like, I will get a lingering thought, or I will get a verse, right? And the reason why I'm touching on this is that sometimes, or even before, I have felt that like God is being quiet, when in actuality and in reality, it's not that God has been quiet. It's just that I have not been spending so much time, as much time as I needed to, in His Word. Because you would find that God could be trying to communicate with you, and because you're not spending the time that you need to be spending in His Word, you will sort of miss when He presents a thought to you. Because for me, I find that He'll present a thought into my mind, or like He'll drop a thought into my mind, and then that thought sort of lingers and puts me in a space where I want to find out more about the thought. Or He'll present a thought in the shape of His Word. And when I say in the shape of His Word, I mean like He'll present a thought into my mind, but the thought will be a Bible verse. And if I was not reading my Bible, then I would dismiss that thought. I would not be able to look into it. I will not be able to recognize it as God communicating with me, because I am not familiar, I am not acquainted with His Word. So if you feel like you're in a space where you're waiting for God to tell you something, or you're waiting to hear from God, then like it starts here. Like, you need to get familiar with your Word so that you don't miss the little things. And yeah, that brings me to the word that God has given me, and it's something that I've been struggling with. And I think it's something that we overlook so much. We overlook so much, when it is actually such an important thing, like to drill into your head, and to drill into your mind, and to drill into your heart, right? Genesis 1 verse 26. And then God said, let us make mankind in our image and in our likeness. Genesis 1 verse 26. And then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea, and the birds in the sky, over the livestock, and all the wild animals. So God is so good, guys. When my mind and my heart were turned into the direction of this verse, it came at a point where I was filled with so much doubt. I was doubting the efforts that I was putting into the things that I'm trying to achieve in my life. I was just doubting myself and doubting my abilities and I was just in a space of doubt, and just in a space of feeling like, you know what, maybe I should just let it go. Maybe it's just not meant for me. And God gave me this word. I am made in his image. I am made in his image. You are made in his image. We are made in his image. And it's funny because when I think about this, it feels like it now feels like it's been presented to me as a new fact, when it's always been there in the beginning of the Bible with Adam and Eve, right? But that's the beauty and the wonder of reading the Bible, because you always feel like you are discovering new things and getting new revelations every time. So it feels like a new fact. That's why I can't wrap my head around it. But why am I only realizing this now? Why am I only thinking about this now? Why am I only incorporating this into my life now? The fact that I am made in his image, mna. And I think when I think about it, it makes me feel so strong, because I know that at any point in my life, no matter where I'm standing, no matter what it looks like, I am always standing from a point of victory, because I am made in his image and God wins. Gekha, he wins, So I think about how some of us tend to think so little of ourselves, and some of us even struggle with being able to see ourselves when God sees us so much, and when God thinks so much of us that he took us, and when he made us in his image. Basically, we have the characteristics and we have the qualities of God embedded within us, within our soul, within our spirit, within our DNA. We have the characteristics and the qualities of God embedded within us, within our minds, within our hearts, guys. Like, we are made in his image. I am made in his image, and I am made in his likeness, which means that I am creative. I can create. And when I think about creating, it's not even in the sense of bana, I'm able to be artistic, or no, I'm able to be creative. I'm able to have an idea in my mind. I'm able to envision the way that I would like to see my life. And I'm able to literally execute a plan that allows that vision or idea to come to life. I have the ability to bring an idea to life. I am made in his image. I am able to create. I am creative. I am capable. I'm capable way more than I think I am. Like, I'm not small. I'm not small, because God doesn't look at me and think of how small I am, because he made me in his image. I am bold. I am strong. I am loving, and I am kind. I have no fear, and I am mentally sound. And one thing that I never really wrapped my head around or thought of before, like diving deep into this topic or conversation, is the fact that I am an eternal being. I live forever through Christ. So I will never die. I am eternal. I am made in his image, and I am made in his likeness. I was made to create, to be able, to be capable, to be strong, to be courageous, to be loving, to be kind, to be fearless, So that's what it means to have the Spirit of God embedded within me, his character, his qualities, his likeness embedded within me and within my mind, within my heart, within my blood, within my DNA, within all of me. Yeah, see, I recently watched a video of Miles Monroe where he was doing a teaching on the book of Genesis. And when I was watching that video, I was literally smiling the entire time, because he mentioned Ndobana, because we are made, like, we didn't have a choice, right? Like, God chose to create us, and this is the way we were created. He was saying, Bana, whenever he is not functioning, he even does this, whenever he's not functioning like God, then he's malfunctioning, right? So because this is what you were made to be, and this is who you were made to be, and this is how you were made, whenever you are not functioning in that likeness, then you are malfunctioning. So when you start to feel like you don't believe in yourself, you're malfunctioning. When you start feeling like you're stuck and pelele apa, you're malfunctioning. whenever you feel like, oh, it's too old, mdala mna, it's too late, maybe I should just give up, you're malfunctioning. Like, let me not even remind you about how old Sarah was when she got the news in next by this time next year she's gonna have a baby. She even laughed, like she laughed in the Lord's face. Waphinda wayiphika wathi akahlekanga, because she was like, ngoku ndimdala ndingaka. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was malfunctioning. If you feel like you're too old, it's too late, Manyeke, you're malfunctioning. If you feel like you're not worth holding on to and when you're not worth it, you are malfunctioning. If you feel like when you're undeserving of your dreams and of your dream life that God has put in your heart and that God has given you, you are malfunctioning. And if you feel like you're too small, you're not seen, you're not heard, when God has thought so much of you that he chose to create you in his likeness, you are malfunctioning. We can spend so much time in our minds. We can spend so much time in our minds that if we are not careful, we can find ourselves agreeing with or labeling ourselves with things that have nothing to do with us. Labeling ourselves with things that have absolutely nothing to do with us and have absolutely nothing with who God says we are and who God has called us to be. And as a person who from time to time will spend so much time in their minds and so much time obsessing over certain thoughts, it has been so important for me in this journey to be able to learn how to go against my own mind, how to go against my own thoughts, and speaking to myself and reminding myself daily, if there needs to be, I've been made in his image, is actually enough to end all internal arguments. Just remember that if a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Right? So if you in your mind are believing in Deyabana that you have been created in his image and that you have been made in his likeness, there's no way that you can believe in that and still agree with thoughts that tell you about when you're a failure, because God does not fail. And what I love about God's word, especially when it comes to what he says about us and who he says we are and what he's called us to be, is that regardless of whether you feel it, you see it, or believe it, regardless of where you stand with it, does not take away from its truth, does not take away from his truth. For instance, when God says that he knew you before he formed you in your mother's womb and he has set you apart, whether you believe that or not does not make that false. It doesn't make it untrue. It doesn't make him a liar. And I think that one thing that I take away from this, like from diving into this, is that, like, if anything should give you confidence, where there's lack of confidence, and if anything can end any argument that you can have with yourself or with anyone regarding who you are, regarding your capabilities, regarding who God has made you to be, regarding your self-worth, regarding who you are, is the fact that when you have been made in his image, full stop, you have been made in his image, you have been made in his image, oksalayo, I've been made in his image. Okay, so if you have made it this far, I just want to say God bless you, but also God bless you if you didn't, like God bless everyone. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment down below. Another thing that I've been enjoying from you guys is that whenever someone subscribes to the channel, they always comment, Bana, oh, hi, new Sabi here. And I always enjoy that, to just see you guys, Dinibon, and see your names and who you are. Right? So do that. Like, if you subscribe to this video, then leave a comment down below telling me, Bana, you are a new Sabi. I love seeing that. It brings me so much joy. And I hope that what I've said in this video is something that you will take with you moving further on. I know, Bana, it has helped me so much. In this past few months, it has not been easy mentally, like just pushing through. And I'm just so grateful for God, man. And I'm grateful for the journey, and I'm grateful for the space. I am Elisha, and I love it here. I love it in the space, I love it in my heart, and I love it in my mind, and everything in the whole world coincides for the good for me and for you. Bye.